So today's topic is affordable learning solutions and open educational resources, and this is a topic I'm extremely passionate about. It's been a focal point of both my scholarship and my teaching over the last 5 or 6 years, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. The reason we chose this topic for our first luncheon is no coincidence. As if you're a faculty member, as you know, our book orders are due in October for our spring semester, and you know how far ahead it is that we need to plan for our textbooks for our courses in subsequent semesters because of ADA compliance issues. And I suggested that we do this topic because, as you well know, the cost of books is increasing at a rapid pace, and it's an incredible burden for our students. And we have these conversations on campus and nationally, and I think as faculty members, sometimes we're removed from that. We don't understand really how expensive these textbooks are and the kind of financial burden that it does place our students in. I got to discover this firsthand. My daughter is a freshman here at Humboldt State starting this semester, and I had the pleasure of buying her textbooks, which this semester alone came in at just under $650. So a couple things to think about that. When I parse that out to full tuition and fees for our students over the course of the year, textbooks are going to run roughly 20% the cost of tuition and fees. I'm fortunate enough, because my spouse and I are both faculty here, we get fee waivers, and books for this semester cost almost as much as the fees that we had to pay for her to come to school. And of course, we're pretty sophisticated trying to find the cheapest mechanisms because we're involved with the university, but if students don't have those resources available to them, you can imagine the kind of extra costs that might be accrued, and if this goes into student loan debt, it may take years and years and years to pay off. If you don't know, I have a conversation with a friend of mine who recently graduated with his master's degree, who took out student loans. His payback interest rate is almost 7%, and yet the government lends money to banks for 0%. So you can kind of see the disparity. Not only is the loan and the finances going on, but just even the interest rates for student loans increase the debt in which students have to accrue for their education materials. So today we have a panel of speakers: Kyle Morgan, Roxanne Schroeder, Nick Malloy, and then myself will close it out, and then we'll open up to question and answers for you. Before we have Kyle come up, I just want to say thanks to Terry and to Susan for really orchestrating all of this. I'm kind of the MC and the host. To the library and to Morgan and everybody else that put their energies into this. Center for Teaching and Learning, so Kim and Julia. Again, I think this is an incredibly important issue, and I know that the library is heavily involved with affordable learning solutions and open educational resources. I'd like to see the momentum continue to build, that Humboldt State is really a model for campuses around the rest of the country for providing our students with really quality works that aren't going to set them back financially. So with that, we will welcome Kyle as our first speaker.